I spent over $50,000 on coaching, and in this video, we're going to go over everything I've learned that took my agency from doing 8K a month to doing over $350,000 in the past year. Now, as you can see, this was me doing my first 8K a month. I took this picture actually a day after that. I felt like I was the man, or, I'm doing 8K a month now, I'm different, but at the end of the day, I just got lucky here until I spent money on coaching and actually built actual like systems out to be able to do high revenue and profit. Now, as you can see, this is my QuickBooks, this is my books. I actually show you guys, me actually, actually paying that amount in coaching. It's in my dream car. It's a BMW M8, and it's actually me right there. It's parked outside. I live in a mansion in Miami. I'm not trying to flex or anything like that. But if you go back here, as you can see, I spent 35 grand on my debit card, and then the rest was all paid for using the Amex. So there's only really 5 things that really made a big difference for me. Like, it's only really 5 things that I've learned, and it cost me over 50 grand. But these 5 things is what really made a big change in my life, and I was actually scaled my ANT up. The first thing I learned was to stop selling retainers and sell pay on performance offers. And by that, I mean, it's not that you do like just like like a strictly, performance offer is that you can charge a high upfront and make money on the back end. And by that, it's basically, so I'll give you guys like an example. An offer that, works great is that you do like a paper close or like a paper appointment. If you do a paper close, you charge a high upfront of around 3K, right? And then also on the back end, you make 500 to 600 bucks every time you close a deal. So let's say, for example, you're going to bring on a client and he closes only 3 jobs with you on the first month. He closes only 3 jobs. Now, off those 3 jobs that he closed, he's paid you about 500 bucks per close. That's 500 times 3. That's 1,500 bucks. And they paid you upfront of 3K. In the first month with just one client, you made $4,500. And also like I said, big bonus about this offer is that it's way easier to get appointments on the calendar. You don't have to try like it. I guess like the offer just kind of brings people to you because you seem really different than everybody else. Because everyone that like attempts to like this industry is trying to do like the old ways of like the Iman Gadzhi ways, or whatever you want to say. Like, you can't sell retainers anymore. Even if you can, it's like it's so hard to get people on your calendar. And I'm pretty sure that I notice, and you also notice, it's very common sense. If you don't have appointments, you can't make money. Like, if you don't have people on your calendar, you can't make money. So it's very important to have an offer that attracts people, and then you're able to close them onto your offer because like this offer, it's all just soft because it's actually like a partnership, and you actually have a reason to fulfill for that client. Before, I guess no matter how good or bad you do, you still get paid, right? But on this offer, you're forced to do good because I guess like the better you do, the more money you make. It's just like the way it works. This is like the key thing that I learned that made a big difference. I was able to make about 6 grand off one client in the first month. In the first month, I made 6 grand. And I also have a client that I've had for so long because you also don't churn as many people because just because, you didn't do as good as last month, he didn't pay you as much or he didn't pay you money at all. So to the point that he doesn't lose anything, he still have the opportunity to make more money from that same client. So that's what's like very important about this offer is that it works really well, especially in today's age, in 2025. If you want to win an SMMA, you just have to run a pay on performance offer. It's just how it works now because so many people have been burnt. So many people have been burnt to the point they don't want to pay any retainers. They're looking for someone that's actually like wants to make money as your business grows. If you think about it, all the big guys that let's say Brett Scales, as an example, right? He makes a lot of money. It's not from retainers. It's from back end commissions because you just make way more money per client without having to. Because like, imagine if you make your client 100K a month and he's only paying you 2 grand. But if you imagine if you make 100K a month, he's paying 5, 6 grand, 8 grand, even 9 grand, or even 10 grand every single month. The more money he makes, the more money you make. It's just the way that everyone's doing it now. Every single business model that you can think of, they all do the same thing because they all realize that in this market, you just have to run a pay and performance offers. That's exactly what works. Now, the second thing will be volume negates luck. This is, if you're in the beginner stage, this will be a very key point because you have to realize is that you can't be sending out 100 DMs a day. Like, yes, I guess like there's luck involved in business, but if you're just doing more than anybody else, you have a higher chance of succeeding. That's just, it's common sense. If you're doing 100 DMs a day and I'm doing 1,000 DMs a day, who's gonna get a client faster? Who's gonna get more clients? Me. It's same way. It's same when it goes to ads too. If you're spending it's $20 a day, but I'm spending $1,000 a day, who's gonna get more clients? Me. Just that volume is gonna be a key factor in your agency. The more volume you do, the more money you make. Because it also goes for the back end also. The more ads you create for your client, and the more time you spend on actually, you try to make your product better, the more money they make. It's just how it works in this game. Like it's really like it's a very simple sentence, but it makes a big difference. I was doing quote SMS. Everyone that I knew that was doing quote SMS was doing 100, maybe 250 a day. I was doing 2,000 a day. I was doing 10 times more, 10 times more than them, and I was able to get clients way faster than everybody else, and I was able to make more money way faster because I just implemented things fast. And then the third thing that I learned is it's all numbers. I hope you guys realize that everything I'm telling you guys right now, it's all basically just small things. But this is what makes a big difference. Like all these right here is what took me from 8K a month to hitting my first 40K a month. Once I understood these 5 things. It's all numbers. Everything is numbers. If it comes to paid ads, if it comes to cold DMs or on cold calls, it's all numbers. I guarantee right now, after this video, go to sit down and calculate, let's say we're doing DMs, how many meetings have I got? How many DMs have I sent? There'll be a number, and I guarantee if you send exactly those amount of numbers in one day, you will get those results. It's all numbers. Like, for example, on paid ads, right? Is that, okay, I spent XYZ per appointment. Now, every time you spend this amount, it's all like, it's, you're always gonna get an appointment back. It's just like, there's always gonna be a cost, like a number that always means something. It costs you XYZ to get a client. It costs you XYZ to get an appointment. It costs you XYZ to get a lead. Like all those numbers, like it's all just numbers. And if you can just do math around those numbers, you will make so much more money. It's the same way for, let's say, like a client. How long does the average, like on average, how long does it take for me to get a deal from them? How long would it take, how long does it usually take for me to get, like some commissions? How long does it take for the sales process? It's all just numbers. If you can calculate everything, you will be fine. If you actually make math around everything, like everything will just go to exactly how you want it to go, as long as you make the math and the math is correct. Like it's all just math. I failed math class, to be honest. I failed school. I failed at everything. But if it comes to numbers for my agency, I'm the D1 GOAT at it. D1 GOAT. So once you realize it's all numbers, right? If you do the math on everything, trust me, you like if you're spending money on ads right now, and let's say you're doing about 10K a month, right? I want you to go do the math and see how much am I paying per call, how much am I paying per acquisition, how much am I paying per qualified call, and then do reverse engineering and say how much do I need for me to hit my first 20K a month, and just do exactly what the math says, and trust me, you will hit your first 20K a month. As long as you do the same inputs and everything's the same and you don't change a single thing, you will hit your first 20K a month. Now, the fourth thing is fulfillment is the backbone of your agency. If you want to run this offer, you have to actually care about your fulfillment. If you have bad fulfillment, your agency is just not going to work. Like, yes, you make some money, but you can't really go anywhere unless you have a good fulfillment. Because having good fulfillment, it's not only for you to make money on the back end. It just makes things a lot easier to sell on the front end also. Like, for example, in the month of October of 2024, we closed at 50%. But that was the month where we got most, like, I'm talking like we had so many testimonials, so much proof of concept to the point that it's a no-brainer to say no. If you said no, you're just stupid. Everyone who hopped on a call with us wanted to join the program. We closed out of 50% of an upfront of $3,000, and there's back-end commissions also. So once you realize that, like, once you actually care about your fulfillment and start getting appointments, like, and actually making your clients money, it's all just like everyone's gonna want to work with you. Like, imagine like I hopped on a sales call with you, and you're a roofer. I'm trying to close you, and I tell you everything I do. Like, yes, because at the end, like, the guy doesn't care what you do. The guy does not care like how you get the leads, how you do this. He doesn't give a fuck. All he cares about is, can you make me money? That's all he cares about, to be honest. Like, he just cares, can you actually make me money? So if you hopped on a sales call with me and I went, look, I made this guy this much, this guy this much, this guy this much. Look what this guy said about us. Look what this guy said about us. Look what this guy said about us. If you had a 3K, he would pay it. Even if it doesn't have a 3K, if he has a way to get it, like a credit card, an Amex card, or just anything, if he has a way to pay it, he will find a way to pay it. I'm telling you guys right now, he will find a way to pay that because he knows your product works. And if he can fully actually crack it, trust me, you will go so far. Because because like I want you guys to realize that if you can make somebody money, you'll always make money. If you can make somebody else money, you will always make money. Now, the last and final topic of the day will be your mindset is what's going to make you money. If you have a terrible mindset, if you like, I want you guys to I want you guys to realize is that this is not going to be easy. When I was right here, I was struggling. It was hard. It was hard. But me right here, it's a lot better now. Like it gets easier. But I want you guys to realize that your mindset is a big factor in this game. Because you have to have the mindset of like, this is what's gonna make me money. This is what's gonna work for me. And I'm gonna do my best. Like I remember at first when I paid for coaching, these are the two things I learned at first was you stop selling retainers and sell pay performance offers, and then your mindset is what's gonna make you money. Because if you have the mindset of I'm just gonna try this out, I'm not like maybe I make a few dollars. Like you're not actually you have to actually be very committed to this. You have to make it like this is like your only option. I'm talking to guys right now. I like it all made sense. Like you see this part right here, it made like very good sense because in this moment right here, when I made my first 8K month in December, I had a little bit of money from all my side hustles I did, way back then, all my savings. But then at the end of December, I went to $0, $0 in my bank account. My friend had to send me money to buy water. I was traveling. I was in the airport. I didn't have enough money to buy water. My friend had to sell me. And then I came back. I remember I came back. I said, I have to make this work. I'm broke. And it did. Like, it's just that have the mindset of, I'm going to make this work. I don't give a fuck whatever it is. Whatever. I don't care what I'm getting hit. If I'm getting hit by a truck, if I get ran over, I get told no. You have to get up and keep going. You just have to get up and keep going. And trust me, these times right here, I always look back on them saying it was all like, it was worth it. Being able to make about 350 grand in the past year, at first it wasn't easy, but everything I went through, I'm glad it happened. Like I drive my dream car, fucking BMW M8. Like it's not a rental. I have the keys right here. Like I'm everything I've gone through, I'm very happy what I went through. And the reason why I was able to go from 8K a month to hitting my first, actually 35K a month, exactly in March of last year. And the reason why I was able to do that is because I paid for coaching. You can pay for a map. You can pay for a map, or you can just try to figure it out on your own. But if you put, let's say, like a race between a person that's in the forest, like no, if you put, let's say, two people inside the forest, right? And you give one person the map, who's gonna get out the forest faster? They got out the map. It's just how it works. Is that one, you either pay with time or you pay with money, and pay with money will always win. To this day, if I have any bottlenecks in my ANC, I always pay for it, always pay for the solution, because I don't want to figure it out myself. If there's somebody out there that already figured it out, I'd rather just pay him and get it. Like it makes a big difference. Paying on coaching is gonna make the biggest thing in your life, or make the biggest change in your life. I'll tell you that. So guys, right now I spent over 50 grand. I don't regret it. I've learned so many skills to the point it's well worth over 50K. I made 350 bands in the past year, so it was so worth it. And now I have the skills to make that amount again. So at the end of it was just like a ROI investment. I'm not telling you to go and book a call with me so you can see, if I can help you. What I'm saying is find someone and find something that you can just find a program that you trust that you want to pay, and pay for the sauce. That's how you're going to get out this rough faster. And that's how you're going to build the skills faster and be able to get on your way to hitting your first 100K a month. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Go and like this video and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.